Notre Dame Cotabato is the first marist school in the Philippines. It was being taken care by the Marist brothers for decades. It consists of hardcore values that stands for humane, excellence, adaptive, responsive, and transformative that the students follows. The motto of this school is Ad Jesum Per Mariam, or to Jesus through Mary. It was established June 1948 or 72 years ago. The founder of Notre Dame Cotabato is the Missionary Oblates of Mary Immaculate, and the current principal is Mrs. Angela T. Undar.
Here are the 5 strengths of NDC. Number 1, complete school facilities. Notre Dame Cotabato is complete with school facilities like library, gymnasium, computer lab, science lab, chapel, and many more. Number 2, it has a good quality of education. Every semester, there are thousands of students who get with honor, high honor, and some even get to the highest honor. Number 3, well-trained teachers. Students receive awards because of them. They know how to handle their students, and they also care about their students' mental health. Number 4, strong school policy. We all know that NDC don't allow students bringing their phones to school. That's why you can see students hanging around with their phones in their hand. Another one is the no ID, no entry. If you left your ID at home, you definitely cannot enter the school, thanks to our guard. And lastly, competitive school. This is why Notre Dame of Cotabato always receive awards from academic and sports activities.
Weaknesses. Other computers and projector are malfunctioning. Many of us using computers, especially students and people for online jobs. Limited lights at hallway at night. Some cities should limit their light, especially at night. Expensive foods. Many foods today is very expensive. Bullying. Some students should practicing a bully way to their friends and to others. Littering. Although NDC maintain cleanliness inside the school, too lazy to throw their trashes in trash bin.
Opportunities. The school can join a sports and quiz bee competition in different places. For example, Esraa, science quiz bee to those students who are willing to join. Second, they receive trust to the parents. The advisor will give a consent to their parents if there's school activities to make sure that the parents will allow their child or children. Third is DepEd offers other curricular activities like dancing competition, singing competition, band competition, and etc. Fourth, successful graduate inspires others to enroll NDC because there's a good quality of teaching and there's a lot of extracurricular activities that other students can join. Last but not the least is increase in the population of elementary graduate because most of the high school graduate inspire elementary to study in NDC.
So here are the 5 threats of NDC. First, we have competition among other schools because other school in NDC is being competitive so that they can have a high standard and a good quality of education. Number 2, the school is prone to have floods because NDC is situated in the lower part of the city. And number 3, the grades are crowded during after class because NDC has only 2 gates, which is the front and back gate, and the gates are too small for the population of the students. And fourth is teachers somehow quit and transfer to public school because the salary in public school is much higher than the private school like NDC. And lastly, shifting to learning mode. Like this pandemic, we experienced COVID-19, we shift to learning mode from face-to-face to modular and online learning.
As for 1, because of the school's strong policy, there is good trust from the parents. As for 2, the teachers are well-trained and successful at teaching the students so that can offer the school other curricular activities. As for 3, the school can join sports
Strength and threat strategies of NDC. Strength and strategies number 1. If the school continued being competitive, the competition among other schools would be lessened. Strength and threats number 2. If the school continued to getting well-trained teachers, the teachers who somehow quit and transferred to public school would be lessened. Strength and threats number 3. Shifting of learning mode would be minimized if the schools continue to have a good quality of education.
Weakness and opportunity number 1. DepEd offer extracurricular to NDC even if the school computers and projector are malfunctioning. Weakness number 1 and opportunity number 3. Weakness and opportunity number 2. The school can discipline and lessen the bullying in their campus, and by that, they can gain trust to the parents of the student. Weakness number 4 and opportunity number 2. Weakness and opportunity number 3. The NDC students have already joined a lot of competition like Quiz-Bee, though some of the computers and projector are malfunctioning. Weakness number 1 and opportunity number 1.
WT1. If the school's computer and projectors are functioning, NDC will not be overcome by other schools because some of the projectors and computers are not functioning. That's why other schools overcome NDC. WT2. If bullying will be lessened and the students are being disciplined, the gates won't be crowded during after class. WT3. If we avoid loitering, flooding in the school, also be avoided because the trash is being cleaned and it will not block the canals.